Pisces, Aries, to your August 24th through the 31st reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on in your energy. Ooh, that came out fast. This is refusing to see the situation. So it's either you forget, why do I want to say forgiving? Somebody was refusing to see the situation, or you are wait, I want to say forgiving or forgetting. Refusing to see. So it's either you or them, but somebody is either forgetting or forgiving. Let's see which card comes out. It's something that has to do with one or the other. I keep hearing it in my head. It's either forgiving or forgiving. What is it? What is it, Spirit? Tell me what it is. Detached. I'm not going to detach from the situation completely because I know something. Darkest fears. What is the... Let's clarify on that with that, though, because I want to know if that's forgiving or forgetting. But there's something that you're not going to detach from because you know for a fact that there's just some kind of insecurity going on within the situation. And I think it's like they're refusing to see the situation. But I think that because you're in the knowing right now, you have new ideas and new knowledge of the situation and the mental energy that's going on. New ways of communicating. Acting like a child. Clarify on that. New beginnings and trust. Clarify, Spirit, if that's forgiving or forgetting. Give me a card. Magician. Leaving home. Lack of planning. Lack of faith. Trust. This is all about insecurity. I'm going to say it's forgiving. There's an understanding that you see that they're feeling down about the situation, but you see that they're in this depressed, sad, careless energy. Someone is definitely acting like a child, but you're seeing this. You're having the mental breakthrough through this situation, that everything that they're doing is because of insecurities. It's all about insecurities. And there it is, forgiveness. Okay, I didn't see that card. Forgiveness as well. Forgiving themselves. Maybe you wanted forgiveness. Maybe it was refusing to see in one point in your life, but then you had this, I could see clearly now that it was all about insecurity, codependency, self-care. I'm not going to leave them out in the cold because now I understand now what is going on within the situation. Maybe there was a time and a place that you wanted them to forgive you because you didn't have the understanding, or you want them to forgive themselves so that they can get the self-love that they need. It's either you or them. Take that how it resonates for you guys. Okay, because no matter what it is, it's all about insecurity, and it could be definitely from past childhood trauma. It could be from just lack of understanding. It could be somebody has something going on, and it's just time now to take the action and manifest on the situation and have a better clarity and understanding. It's like, I understand now. So what it was like, what they were refusing to see, I can see clearly, or what I was refusing to see, I can clearly see now why they act this way and why they're doing what they're doing. So it almost feels like whatever it is, it was almost like I was going to pack my stuff. I was going to make a new adventure. I was going to leave them. And I decided now that I'm not going to do that. I want to help this person, or I want them to help themselves. And I want to be here to try to help them break through this, having a breakthrough, having a better understanding of the situation. Maybe it's just you having a better understanding that they're a little hard on themselves, moving on. to shine. Yeah, moving on from the situation at hand with the Eight of Cups, but it is a little disappointing. Maybe you're having a better understanding, though, too, that they cannot actually get past what it is that they're doing, and maybe you do have to move on in the end. Maybe it's like in the very beginning you thought maybe I didn't want to, but now you're thinking maybe I have to, because they're just really not going to grow. They're not really going to succeed. This marriage is not going to work. This relationship is not working. Maybe you're trying to keep them at home. Maybe they're trying to move away because they clearly can't see that they just need to forgive themselves and move forward. And maybe you're trying to keep them home. It's either one way or the other. The shattered dreams within a relationship. I just feel like there was something dishonorable within a broken family. So this is definitely about family ties and feeling like there's some kind of domestic disharmony going on within the situation. And one of you needs to move on, but it feels like you're trying not to let them leave, or you know that you need to leave because there's just too many insecurities that this cannot be fixed. But it's almost like you wanted to have this mental breakthrough to fix the situation. It does feel like I want to fix it. I'm focused. I wanted to fix the situation, but I feel like you cannot fix the situation. It's beyond fixable. And somebody cannot forgive the situation at hand. So it's either I cannot forgive this situation, or they cannot forgive the situation to make a new cycle change. There's just too much judgment over here. There's too much. Everything that's going on is just a little too much to handle. I can't handle this situation. Right? But it does say that you are protected by angels on whatever decision is going on within the situation, as a new cycle is going to start anyways. So yeah, it's like you have to take the voyage of the heart. Whatever your heart is saying it needs to do, this is where you need to make this breakthrough. I do feel like a lot of you understand that they do have insecurities, and it does feel like you were trying to fix the situation. But it just feels like it's not fixable unless they can actually come to the determination of what they can refuse to see and what they want to understand. You cannot stay in this situation because they just will not change, and they will not change it up, right? They won't. There's not enough self-discipline within them. They're out of control about the situation. You're trying to avoid the conflicts. But you're having too many disagreements. There's too much diversity within the situation. You're trying to keep as much self-discipline as possible, but it's starting to make you feel stuck. It's almost like, even though I'm trying to manifest this to work, there's too much at hand going on. I'm carrying all the weight. I'm carrying all the burdens because they don't want to see that they're causing pain and endings to the situation. So you have this very restless, unfocused, burned out feeling within yourself. It's just, it's to the point now to where it's like, I just cannot really fix this, so I have to follow my heart. Now you have two cards of following the heart. Have to follow your heart and where your heart is leading you, my friends, right? And this is why you're manifesting for the best of your abilities, the best for your children, the best for what it's going on within your family, right? Because this is not working. It makes you feel like, it might even make you feel like you're the victim, or maybe they play victim all the time. But if they're not going to fix it or go to counseling or talk to you or do anything with you, then it's just going to continue to cause conflict. So you're not going to see the Ace of Wands. The only way you're going to see the Ace of Wands is if you get out there and you do something for yourself, because it feels like you're restricted. They've restricted your movement. They've restricted the family from dynamics, from growing. You know what I'm saying? There's too much, maybe alcoholism or addictions or things that they're holding on to that are keeping themselves very codependent to this situation, in which they can't let go of the past over here. And like I said, if it's you, my friends, then this person needs to leave, because they feel like you're restricting yourself from having what it is you truly need in life, right? What you really need right now, or they need right now, whoever it is, energies flow and go. So crossroads, you could say that's you. But however it is, you need to let this go, or they need to let this go, so that we can have the growth, so we can have the new beginnings, and have the understandings of, what, this is what needs to change within our life, so we can have better teamwork. We need to work together. But the problem is that they don't want to work with you because they're refusing to see the situation at hand, in which at first it's kind of crazy because I do think at one time maybe you kind of had that energy as well until you got this, you were in the knowing and you were like, that's it. This is what it's all caused by. I got to fix this. And then you start trying to help them, but they're not helping themselves. There's no forgiveness. Forgiveness, right? There's no forgiveness. They will not accept what it is that they need to accept to walk away from the situation, to find, yes, once again, self-forgiveness for the situation. Having self-forgiveness for the situation says that I will walk away from this, from these cups. Maybe they drink too much and they need to put that bottle down and say, you know what, I figured out what it is that I need to do. That's just an example. If that's not your person, you can throw that away, right? Because all it's doing is causing tower after tower after tower. It's just causing chaos within the homes or the friendship or however it is, right? So they have to have this awakening, and it almost feels like you're trying to make them awaken, but they will not awaken, right? They will not do that. So instead they want to become conflictable, cause it into a conflict. They want to cause it into an argument. They want to deny the situation. They refuse to see that this is the issue. They refuse to see that this is what's causing this situation. And if only you could just get them into hermit mode to make them aware of the situation, but they would actually have to sit down and talk with you, right? And so this is causing a huge, huge, painful wound within your relationship, within the family, however it is, maybe 2 in 1. Could even be within a friend circle as well. So you're arriving to this new place over here where it's showing I have to celebrate my own life. I have to go after my own accomplishments. Excuse me, my friends. Good. So it makes you feel stuck because you don't feel like, if they're not listening, how are you going to help them? Right? If they're not listening, there's no communication. There's no teamwork. It just feels like there's so much lack of discipline over here that they are so stuck in their own ways. And if it's insecurities, then, they're just so, it feels like there's some kind of addiction going on over here. They're addicted to something. Something is keeping them stuck as well. And it's codependency, addictions, something of this nature. Okay, so let's see what the moon cards have to say for you, my friends. So it does feel like you're kind of manifesting your way out of this situation. I think at first you were trying to manifest the best answers to fix the situation, your prayers, trying to pray for them to do what they need to do. But remember, they also need to help themselves, right? It's great to pray for other people, but they need to be on board, right? Because they have their own lessons and their own things that they need to learn. So, it's not that prayer didn't work. It's just that they need to wake up to see what it is so that they can get through their lessons in life. Prayers are just helpful bits and pieces, but they actually need to help themselves. And maybe you were just praying for the universe to give them that wake-up call. Now, sometimes that happens, though, too. Just one day, he might just roll over and say, oh, my God, you know what? I just don't want this bottle anymore. I'm tired of being shitty. You're like, prayer answered. And that does happen. But in this case, there's something a little bit different going on. But you never know if that's going to happen. Never, ever underestimate the universe. Step up and lead. Maybe they'll have the wake-up call as soon as you leave. You never know, right? They leave, and they're a little codependent on you. Let's say because, let's just use an example. If I'm drunk all the time, I can't do my laundry. I can't feed myself. I can't, you see what I'm saying? I can't get up to go to work on time because even though my alarm clock goes off, you're still my alarm clock because I just keep hitting the button and then I oversleep. So you're my alarm, you are my world. So, if you take it that way and you're gone, that could be their total wake-up call. situation. So step up and take the lead. You are the leader. It's your time to shine, my friends. Okay? For some of you, the immaturity that's going on over here might just be a very immature person, and it could be from trauma, but if they don't want to fix it and don't want to listen to you, how are you going to do things? Because yes, I agree. I feel like you have assessed the situation. We see that with the Page of Swords. You've assessed the situation so much, but you can only do so much until it's time to make your own self-love. It's time to take care of yourself, right? So it's time for you to release control. It's time for you to take back your life. Because they're just kind of, right, holding you down. Because you can only do as much as you can. Until it's, right, until, yeah, exactly. Until you have to be real about the situation. The reality of the situation is, I've pushed, right? I want them to push through the insecurity. I help you push through the insecurity. But I have to be real about the situation. Right? If it's not going to work, then it's not going to work. If they're not going to help and they're not going to pay attention and they're not going to communicate, then I'm going to have to take a reality check and be real, right? Because I can only do what I can do. You're only human, right? So it's time for you to take the inspired action. It's time for you to step up to the lead. It's time for you to take back your life and your control. And I can only imagine, for a lot of you, I am serious as heck. As soon as you leave, they're going to realize, because of the codependency that they have on you, to be there, to feed them, do things for them, whatever it is that you're doing for them. You know, because you could say, I'm their lover, but I feel more like their mother or their maid, or maybe two in one, right? Take it how it resonates. Like I said, anything that doesn't resonate, go ahead and throw away. But I'm just telling you right now, you're going to have to push through these, because you have your own destiny to do, and your destiny was not to sit over here and babysit somebody who's not going to listen, right? So with the Ace of Swords, it's like you're understanding things. You have this mental breakthrough, and you're like, you know what, and I really want to help them, but that's all I've been trying to do, and you're really getting into the knowing, saying, but this is it. I have to move. I have to be the fool. I have to take this risk to do something else, because these dark fears and these anxieties that they have may even be causing you insecurities and anxieties as well, right? So you need to follow your heart. Okay? And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.